Well, hey everyone, thank you for watching this. Hopefully, you have time to tune in, and I'm going to try and keep this under 10 minutes. So, even if you're like planning on driving somewhere, you're like, I don't have 10 minutes, like, just you can even play me in the car. Like, you don't need to see me, but it's just easier for me to make a video, and it is good to kind of look eye to eye with you a little bit. Uh, I know many of us are new to each other and new to, I guess, my leadership style or whatever you want to call it. I like to make these videos sometimes every week, sometimes every other week, basically just as a check in. I know it's difficult at times for us all as we start off on a kids ministry team to be able to connect with each other and to get face to face every single week. So I'm going to use these videos from time to time just to make sure everyone's on the same page and to communicate some things that we may not be able to always sit down and communicate together each week. Now, I'm hoping in the future that we do get a chance, especially after I move, if we could have people over to our house or whatever, and be able to get everybody in the same room and do some more training and thought processing, I guess, and things like that. But I'll use these from time to time just to check in with everyone and make sure everything is good. Sometimes they'll be really short. Sometimes they'll be like 3 minutes. Sometimes they'll be 10 minutes like this one. I'm hoping I keep it under 10. But it's just a quick check-in because, yeah, I want to make sure we're all on the same page and able to communicate. Also, I want you guys to know about me. Please do not hesitate to contact me, to get in touch with me. Don't feel like you're bothering me. Please feel free to ask any questions. I'm getting used to you. You're getting used to me. And I'm very open and I try to be very approachable. So you're not going to bug me. You're not going to annoy me. I want you to ask the questions that you have. And those of you that already know me, I hope that that's something that you know. But so I have a few things today. First of all, thank you so much for the time you've already put in to investing in the kids and spending time on Sunday mornings with them. And I do understand at this point as we get moving, it has been kind of fly by the seat of our pants. This is a obviously new church, duh, right? But even just the things that are happening on Sundays, whether they're in the service or in kids, we're trying to get it all moving. And once we get our wheels turning, I really think it's going to start to move really well. And I have something to tell you about that's coming. I'm going to tell you about a little in like a couple minutes. That's really going to help us, I think, get to the point where we're starting to see some of this fall into place. But I think we're already starting to get there. But thank you for riding with me like along like this. I know that sometimes flying by the seat of our pants, it drives some people nuts. And I'm sure some of you are like, I can't do this forever. We're not going to do this forever. We're going to get this down. We're going to get this settled. And then what will happen is we'll move from Sacanac to a brand new location and it'll get crazy again. But we'll at least be all on the same page at that point moving forward. And I am excited about that. So how's this supposed to work? Well, every week I'm hoping that the person that we can get as the lead for either preschool or kids takes care of looking at the curriculum for that week after I've already looked at it, and I will supply you with all the stuff that you need. So this week I had a brain fart. I had a couple things different than I planned on because I forgot a couple things, but that's how it should work. So if you're a lead in a preschool or kids, you're doing the story or you're doing the game, my plan is to provide all the things for you that you need. And if it's any different, I'll communicate that with you ahead of time. And then you just show up, you're prepared to do what you know the curriculum is saying to do, and then you have the stuff to do it, and you can jump in and go for it. I am also really working with, I'm sorry it didn't work out this last week, but I do want the singing, the worship to be at the front end of the service so that the kids and you guys can stay in together. We want the kids to be a part of that and to feel welcomed there. And so then we will dismiss them. I'm working on getting that done. There's no service this week, which is the 6th, right? And the 13th is the following week, Mother's Day. We will have a service. So I'm going to try and for that service, make sure that that's the way things are laid out. So that's kind of how I want to work. I want to be able to provide you all the stuff you guys need. And then you'll be able to kind of jump in when it's your week to do all the things that the curriculum says or that we've highlighted. And then you just have the stuff there that I've provided for you to make sure that you can get it done. Okay, so the thing that's going to really help us, and I've mentioned this to you guys in the messages already, there's an app called Lead. And it's connected to Church Community Builder, which is the program that we are going to use for our groups and our scheduling and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's this one right here. It says Leads right over Owen's face. Okay, so if I open that, it's asking me for my fingerprint. Okay, so now you can see the groups, if it focuses, that I've created. And one of those is Branch Kids. So if I select Branch Kids, now I've got this guy. Sorry, it's really bright. I've got this guy all set up. And what's cool is now the schedule is all in here. And so I can look at the schedule and see what's going on. You're going to be able to do the same thing once I get everyone's information in, and I invite you to that. So you'll be able to keep track of everything schedule-wise, messages we send out, like our communication can be done through that app, and it's just going to keep us all in the same page. So what's going to happen when we do schedule and start to use that is you're going to get a notification asking you to serve at a certain time. And then you have to respond to me and say, yes, you're in, or no, you're not. And my hope is that we get, especially early on, we just get every other system going. Eventually what I want to do is month on, month off, or at least 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And the reason for that is the familiarity with the kids, always knowing who's there. For now, because of just the way our system is and we don't know where we're going to be, on and 1 week on, 1 week off is going to be the way that we're going to try and do it. And we're almost there. We need a couple more people, but we can almost do it. So you'll get a notification saying, hey, Corey is asking you to lead this day. Hopefully you've already planned on, hey, that's my every other. We're all good. You'll say yes, and it'll autofill, and we'll be all set to go. But that app is what I'm working on. So this week I'm working on getting that set up. I'm hoping I can get everything set up by the 13th, and I'll communicate that with you through email or Facebook once that's actually live, so that you can take a look at that, and you'll know everything that's in there. So that'll just make us more organized. It'll keep us all on the same page. It'll be a one-stop place for you to go. You want to check Facebook, it'll just show up and be on your phone, and you can make sure you're all on there. And then you'll have the opportunity, like if you're going to be away, you can put in your block out dates, and so I know, okay, I can't schedule you here, so we need to rotate some things around. But yeah, so that's going to be really helpful. We're going to work on that, and I'll communicate that to you, hopefully in the near future. Hey, I'm also going to attach some audio files. Sorry, I couldn't think of that. Audio files from Orange. Orange is our curriculum. They have some of you heard me talk about the conference. I've posted on the branch page about the conference. I have 3 main session audio files from their tour that they did last year, that if you have a chance, you're riding in the car, if you're not a podcast listener, maybe you could try this, or you're sitting at home and you're just hanging out and you can just listen to something, I would say, hey, do this, listen to that, because it gets you kind of in the idea of what is Orange, what are they thinking about, how do they think, you'll hear the passion behind it. And the cool thing is their focus from this last year was their neighbors. How do we impact our neighbors? And the really cool connection there is that as Branch grows and we start this new thing in Pottstown, we want to be for our neighbors. We want to be connecting our neighbors to Jesus, and so that was their focus last year. So check those out and see what you think. It'll just help you get kind of a feel of where Orange is coming from and what's going on. The main sessions are done by the creator of Orange. So his name is Reggie Joyner, and that's who you'll be hearing from, and he's really the heart and soul of what Orange is as a curriculum and as a ministry. So last thing, I think this is the last thing. I'm at like 9 minutes. I'm almost done. I still need some clearance. I need clearances from people. So I think I sent the file over to make sure that you knew where to get your child abuse clearance and your background check. If you have those done, please bring copies of them to me so we can keep them on file. That's a legal thing we have to do in the state of Pennsylvania. And if you don't have the file still of the instructions that I gave you, please let me know and I will send that over to you again. But it's important that we get those clearances in as we get started here. So I think that's it. 9 minutes and 25 seconds. I did it. All right. So again, thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for kind of going along with us on this crazy ride as we get things started. Again, please feel free, ask me questions, concerns, ideas, all that kind of stuff. Please bring that to me. I love when you guys do that. I realize I don't know everything, and I'm not going to know everything ever, and so you guys have great ideas too. So please communicate that with me. That would be awesome. And send me any questions if you have them, but if not, I will see you this week or next week.